Recording in progress.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the City of Oxnard Planning Commission for Thursday, May 4, 2023. The meeting will come to order at 6 p.m. The public may view the meeting from home on the city's website, Spectrum Channel 10, Frontier Channel 35, or on the city's YouTube website. To participate in the meeting, the public may provide comments to the Planning Commission via email at planning@oxnard.org no later than 3 p.m. on the day of the meeting or through the city's website at oxnard.org/citymeetings or call the Planning Division office. Additionally, those wishing to speak can dial the phone number listed at the bottom of the screen, follow the instructions to access the meeting, and press star 9 to raise your hand, indicating your intention to speak on the agenda item being discussed. Madam Secretary, can we please have the roll call?
Chair Weho,
Here.
Vice Chair Stewart,
Present.
Commissioner Conley. Here. Commissioner Dr. Lopez.
Here.
Commissioner Nash.
Here.
Commissioner Sealsdorf.
Here.
Commissioner Chavez is absent, and we have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. We will now move on to the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Pearson, will you kindly lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you very much, Mr. Pearson. The next agenda item is C, public comments on items not on the agenda. At this time, a person may address the Planning Commission on matters within the jurisdiction of the Planning Commission, including information consent items and any item not appearing on the agenda. The Planning Commission cannot take action on any item presented during public comments that is not on the agenda, and such item may only be referred to the Commission Secretary. Persons wishing to speak on public hearing items should do so at the time of the public hearing. Madam Secretary, are there any public comments for items not on the agenda?
None.
Thank you very much. And the next is the consent agenda. With no items under the consent agenda, the meeting will continue to this section of E, ex parte declarations for public hearing items. Please state any ex parte declarations, if any. Commissioner Connolly.
None, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Dr. Lopez.
None, thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Stewart.
None, thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Nash.
None, thank you.
Thank you. And Commissioner Zilsdorf.
None, thank you, Chair.
Thank you, and none from me. The next item on the agenda is Section F, Public Hearing, Project Catamaran Duplex Parcel Map Waiver, Planning and Zoning Permit numbers 21-300-05, tentative parcel map for a parcel map waiver, and 21-400-04, coastal development permit located at 1001 Catamaran Street. A request to divide a parcel for condominium purposes that has an existing two-story, 4728 square foot duplex building. The project is located at 1001 Catamaran Street within the coastal multiple family R2C zone within the Oxnard Dunes neighborhood, filed by author Tamazayan, city staff Daniel Hoke, associate planner. At this time, per Measure M, a staff presentation has been pre-recorded and the link has been posted to YouTube. At this time, the staff wish to provide summary or additional analysis.
Good evening. I do not have anything to add. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry, what, did you have anything?
I did not.
Okay, sorry, I apologize. Thank you very much. And the applicant, if they are here or on Zoom, as I see, you have 10 minutes if you would like to say anything in regards to this agenda item. Hearing none.
There was a comment. They said, thank you, all good.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Secretary. At this time, members may ask questions of the applicant or staff. Seeing and hearing none, Madam Secretary, is there any public comment for this agenda item?
None.
Thank you. I will now close the hearing to public comment. Are there any closing remarks from staff? Nope.
Nope.
Thank you very much, and we will now move on to deliberation. Seeing and hearing none, we'll be looking for a motion. Commissioner Nash?
I will move the recommended action.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Nash to find the project to be category exempt from environmental review pursuant to CEQA guidelines section 15315 and adopt resolution 2023-XX approving planning and zoning permit numbers 21-300-05 for a parcel map waiver and 21-400-04 coastal development permit subject to certain findings and conditions. Is there a second? Commissioner Dr. Lopez seconds. Is there any further deliberation on the motion? Seeing and hearing none, Madam Secretary, can we please have the roll call?
Commissioner Nash?
Aye.
Commissioner Dr. Lopez?
Aye.
Commissioner Connolly?
Yes.
Commissioner Sealsdorf?
Aye.
Vice Chair Stewart?
Yes.
Chair Orejo?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on to public hearing, agenda item F2, Casa Aliento major modification and map. Planning and zoning permit numbers 23-550-01, major modification to plan development permit number 78 and 22-300-04, tentative parcel map properly located at 1245 to 1255 North Oxnard Boulevard, APNs 200-0-082-220 and 230. The proposed project includes a development proposal to subdivide the existing 1.1 acre lot to create two parcels. Parcel 1 will contain the existing Denny's restaurant and associated parking lot. Parcel 2 will contain the approved Casa Aliento residential development and associated parking and open spaces areas. The project also includes a request for administrative parking relief to decrease the number of required parking spaces on parcel 1 from 47 to 45 and allow for 11 compact parking spaces in accordance with section 16-561 of the Oxnard City Code. No new buildings are proposed. The property is zoned as C2PD. Joe Pearson II, City Planning Manager, is the city staff for this project. Per Measure M, staff presentation is pre-recorded and the link has been posted to YouTube. Does staff want to provide summary or additional analysis at this time?
So Chair Rejo and Commissioners, there are two things that I did want to add. One, there was a question regarding the parking. So the study showed that there was a need for 44 spaces. The plans currently show that there's 45 available, but as you go through the staff report, it notes that there will be 44 spaces remaining. The reason for that change or that discrepancy is there's a condition that requires them to widen two of the landscape fingers, and by widening those two landscape fingers to bring it into conformance with the city standards, that's going to cause them to lose one additional parking space. So while the plans currently show 45, with the widening of those two landscape fingers, there will be 44. However, again, the parking study showed that that would satisfy the peak parking demand for the Denny's restaurant. So there's that change. And then one other change is in resolution or attachment F, the resolution for the parcel map. Staff is requesting that you remove condition 12 as that, as there would be no shared facilities between the two properties once the subdivision is completed. So there's not a need for a association for shared facilities. So that is condition 12, and I can read it here for the record. Its subdivider shall establish a property owners association, and the association shall be responsible for the maintenance of parking, landscaping, lighting, and other common area and facilities held in common by the association for the enforcement of CC&Rs related to property maintenance. And again, the two properties would be separately owned, and each property owner would be responsible for maintaining its own property. So that condition is not required. And with that, we do have the applicant team, Yaneth Sens Solis, with community development partners who do not have a presentation but are available for questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Pearson. If there's no objection, we just heard though from Mr. Pearson that the applicant doesn't need to present. I'll let Yaneth let me know if they still would like to introduce or say something. And if
not at the moment, thank you.
Thank you very much. At this time, members may ask questions of either the applicant or staff. Commission. Commissioner Nash.
Thank you, Chair. When it comes to the compact parking spaces, and this isn't a question so much as a comment, I know that me personally being a large fellow, that sometimes I will get boxed in by if there is a non-compact vehicle parked next to me in a compact space. This has happened at the parking garage in Ventura, where I can't get into my car. So I know that there is really no mitigation for that other than being a smaller guy, but it is a concern. So I just wanted to make that comment that, you know, it's not a perfect solution to have compact parking spaces, but it's part of this project, and which I do support. So I just wanted to put that out there. That's all.
Thank you, Commissioner Nash. Any other members? Seeing and hearing none, Madam Secretary, is there any public comment on this agenda item?
None.
Thank you very much. I will now close the hearing to public comment. Are there any closing remarks from staff?
Chair Rejo and Commissioners, staff does not have any additional comments at this time.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Pearson. We'll now move on to deliberation. Seeing Commissioner Nash.
Thank you, Chair. This is a project that I can support. I think that it's a great reuse of our motor lodges that line Oxnard Boulevard. There was a time and a place for these to be successful business operations, but that day has passed through B&Bs and the other forms of short-term rental. So the fact that we can get 69 or 70 affordable units, I think it's just a great thing. These are basically studio apartments or one bedroom SROs, which are desperately needed in our city. So I was disappointed to see that Camarillo had a project for one of their to repurpose one of their hotels, and for some reason they backed off from that. But I think that every city should be doing this, not only Oxnard. So that's, and I do support this project. So whenever a motion is ready to be made, I'm happy to make it.
Thank you, Commissioner Nash. I just like to state that I also support this project just purely based on the affordable housing component. And it's an almost mixed use if you consider the entire or the two parcels. I'm just always in support of projects that are at least almost mixed use and definitely mixed use just in terms of parking mitigation and using parking as best needed when people actually need them, not having too much parking all at once. So for the businesses during the business hours and for housing during at night when they need it. So it's a good allocation for parking. I do agree in regards to the compact spaces. I know that that they're allowed 25%. Other cities have a lot more. Sometimes they can do all of their spaces other than ADA. So hopefully we won't increase that percentage in the near future. But given the results that will happen, I think it's the administrative relief that's requested here is logical in regards to what's actually going to happen. Thank you. Any other comments for this item? Seeing and hearing none, I'm looking for a motion. Commissioner Nash.
Thank you, Chair. I will move the recommended action with the removal of condition of approval number 12. I believe that's what staff requested,
Yes, that is correct. Thank you.
and that's my motion.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Nash to find the project to be categorically exempt from environmental review pursuant to CEQA Guidelines Section 15301, existing facilities, and 15315, minor land divisions, and adopt Resolution 2023-XX recommending the City Council approve planning and zoning permit number 22-300-04, parcel map subject to certain findings and conditions, and adopt Resolution 2023-XX approving planning and zoning permit numbers 23-550-01, major modification to plan development permit number 78, subject to certain findings and conditions, and to remove condition 12 as detailed by staff at the beginning of this agenda item. Is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Commissioner Dr. Lopez has seconded. Is there any deliberation on the motion? Seeing and hearing none, Madam Secretary, can we please have the roll call?
Commissioner Nash,
Aye.
Commissioner Dr. Lopez,
Aye.
Commissioner Connolly,
Aye.
Commissioner Sealsworth,
Aye.
Vice Chair Stewart,
Yes.
Chair Abreu.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. With no study session reports on the agenda, we'll move forward with H, Planning Commission business. Is there any business to report from the Planning Commission? Seeing none, I'd just like to state that it's Asian Pacific American History Month. There are a lot of events that are happening throughout this month. I believe City Council had a proclamation in regards to it, and if not at the last City Council, they will be having it. Just look at all the history, the culture that's happened in Oxnard in regards to that, and looking forward to the events that are happening and attending those. Thank you. Okay, community development staff update. Is there any update from community development? Mr. Pearson.
Chair Rejo and Commissioners, only one update, which is that our meeting on the May 18th will be canceled as we do not have any items, so we will be returning here on June 1st. So that's the only comments that we have, so enjoy the break.
Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. Since there's no further business, the meeting will be adjourned if there is no objection. Seeing and hearing no objection, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you all and good night.